right, everybody, I think we're live. I'll give it about 30 seconds, let that first ad run from YouTube, and I'll hop into chat and make sure we're live. We got Orange Remediation on, Nayo's on. What's up, guys? Appreciate y'all joining another live. Yep, we're good. Is audio good? Yep, audio's good. Okay, cool. Cool beans. All right. Just mute this. Make a drink and give it a few minutes. Let the questions roll in. That's fine. I know how it rolls. I haven't figured out how to make mods yet. You know what? Maybe I can, as we wait like 5-10 minutes, maybe I can learn how to do that or not.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Get 0% APR financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles.
Hey, good luck. Is that with the VA?
I haven't figured out
how to make mods yet. You know what? Maybe I can, as we wait like 5-10 minutes, maybe private healthcare. I definitely want to know, man. Learn how to do that or not.
Get away with a great deal at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Get 0% APR financing plus 0 payments for 90 days on select Hyundai vehicles.
Hey, good luck. That was you. Is that with the VA?
I haven't figured out how to make mods yet.
Okay, well, I did figure out how to, as we wait, make mods. So if we need one, whoa, that was loud. If we need one, oh, y'all know what it is. It's Thursday. Oh, you're in Gainesville, Fred? Yeah, I'm up in Northern Virginia, DC area. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. It's Thursday. I have my own medical appointments tomorrow. I'll be going into late work. I'll be going into work late, and so I'm gonna have a drink. It's stream Thursday. What's up? All right. Jimmy Williams. Hey, what's up? Virginia's in the house. Yeah, Fred's in Virginia. Jimmy's in Virginia. I believe Jimmy's in Virginia. Also, something I do want to talk about as we wait for questions to roll on in. I'm at the point now where, hey, Elaine, how's it going? I'm at the point now where I've helped enough veterans in the past that we've been able to, because I just started this late last year, but now we've been able to actually see veterans get decisions on their claims that I've personally helped them with. Oh, you're in Florida? Okay. Yeah, cheers, Bamboo. Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, back in Japan soon? Okay. Elaine's in Georgia? Hey, we are some southeastern people, though. I can get down with that. But yeah, I've been, I started this late last year, and I've been able to see results of veterans getting decisions on their claims. And I'm telling you guys, I'm not making this up, that everyone has been increased, and there's a fair amount of veterans that are at 100% after starting the channel. And what I want to do is maybe on the stream, maybe like a box right here somewhere, is just to put up, shout outs of saying, hey, this veteran got an increase, this veteran got 100%, whatever the case may be. If you wish to remain anonymous, I can just put anonymous veteran. If you want your name or your YouTube handle, I can also do that. But I'll probably start doing that because that's what keeps me going, is seeing veterans actually get results on their claims. And it just helps out. Let me put my headphones on so I can hear myself. Make sure I'm not too loud. Okay, plus it looks stream ready, I just look like I stream, although I barely know what I'm doing. And we got the first question rolling in. Thank you for that, fake bread. Remember, guys, without question, there is no stream without questions, all right? It usually takes about 5-10 minutes to get some questions rolling in. All right, Nayo It's month 2.5 of waiting for a HLR. But I did strangely get a call for a CMP exam for the chronic fatigue that's in my HLR. Okay. Nayo, it sounds like, this is just without looking at anything, it sounds like your HLR actually turned into a supplemental. That happens, it's pretty often. And that means the VA just needs, they may have identified a duty to assist there, and now you have a CMP exam for chronic fatigue. So that's probably what happened if I had to guess. Let me know how that goes. All right, fake bread question. Oh yeah, now we're rolling in. Fake bread says, I submitted my initial claim in August of 22. Okay. Last CMP exam was January. Evidence gathering since then. Called the VA and they said they're waiting on my service treatment records, but I submitted them on what should I do? Fake bread. There's nothing you should do, man. Just wait it out, okay? That's kind of the bad part about the VA. It does take a while, and I'm telling you, you can post in every VA Facebook group or the Reddit, and there's not a single person on this planet that can give you an accurate timeline as to when your decision will be. I know that sucks as an answer, but that is the answer. No one can really tell you, when your claim will be decided on. So just hang in there. I see you filed with the VSO, but no email or callback yet. I'm kind of stuck right now. Yeah, a VSO would have VBMS access. Most VSOs do, as long as they're not like brand new VSOs. They'll have access to VBMS. And they'll be able to give you a better answer, or at least to show some kind of traction. But again, having that information isn't going to speed the process up, man. You're kind of just in it now, okay? If I had to take a solid guess, the PACT Act going into being acted on in January has probably pushed claims further down the road, okay? The 104 days or 124 days definitely isn't the case. But let me know when you hear back, so then we can kind of get a timeline of what's happening. All right, John Sullivan says, hi, I just got diagnosed with Meniere's. Can I claim that secondary to hearing loss? Absolutely you can. Hearing loss, I assume you have tinnitus as well, so you can claim that secondary. That one is I don't want to say an easy win, but generally speaking, they're connected, okay? A CMP examiner can see the obvious link there. I don't think you'll have any problems. If you do, okay, depending on what you're rated at and what Meniere's would put you at, obviously you'd probably get a solid rating for that. And you may have some aid in attendance, okay? I've seen Meniere's go with aid in attendance at SMC. If that's you and that's how severe it is, I think it will be connected. And if it's not, that would be worth a Nexus, in my opinion, okay? All right, I'm going to turn my mug around because it is basketball season, okay? If y'all know me, y'all know I'm a huge Kentucky fan. It's basketball season. It's March Madness. I got to rep it, all right? Let's get my cup out of the frame here. Where's the frame? Right there. Okay. Answer more questions. TK says, how does the VBA determine severely financial criteria for migraine claims for the 50% rating? Yeah, so it says in the 38 CFR, it says, this is paraphrased, prostrating migraines or headaches that has something to do with economic instability. Okay, it says something about economic instability. Oh, I just got a notice saying my stuff disconnected. Let me make sure I'm actually live, and then I'll answer your question, TK. Okay. Yeah, so you could use like proving. I've seen. Yeah. Okay, we're live. We're live. I've seen lay statements and buddy letters from like a supervisor saying, hey, this veteran, the employee of this company, has used these amount of sick days. He's always calling out for migraines, XYZ. That would be economic instability, okay? On the extreme side of that, if you cannot work because of your migraines, you might want to consider TDIU, going that route. But a simple statement of saying like how many sick days you've used would probably meet the criteria for economic instability, okay? According to the 38 CFR. All right, Elaine says, not gonna lie, you helped me get into the VA, even though I'm only at 40% right now. They still aren't done with everything I claimed. Hey, Elaine, that's awesome. Literally, that's one of the reasons why I started this, okay? It became a passion of mine whenever one of my friends kind of got dicked over by VA Claims Insider. No shade there, but hey, it is what it is. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I can do this for free. And, I'm almost a year in right now. Well, I guess I'm like 6-7 months in right now. It's going good. Channel's going good. Stream goes well. And making videos is cool and all, but seeing the impact of actually helping veterans is really what makes it worth it. Okay, for real, I'm serious. Okay. B-Buck says, after a claim writing appointment with Del-K Graham, how long it usually take them to submit the claim? I would say 2-3 days, B-Buck, especially if going through Del-K Graham's process. So for those of you who don't know, Del-K Graham is an accredited VSO based out of Oklahoma. It's who I volunteer for, but they have a national, they're growing their national capability, okay? So B-Buck, assuming that you're going through the steps all the way and all of those steps were complete, the claim writing piece is one of the volunteers uses the phrase color with numbers, right? It's very easy. So I would say 2-3 days you should see that claim be submitted. If not, feel free to reach out to the claim writer, saying, hey, is there a timeline on this? At the end of the day, you have the intent to file, so it's not, I don't want to say it's not a big deal because it is, but you have the intent to file there as sort of like a saving grace. All right, Jimmy Williams, VHA directive, okay? Provision of medical statements and completion of forms by healthcare providers. Oh, yeah, you are right, Jimmy. I've seen this millions of times, but in reality, some VA healthcare professionals they either don't have the time to do a DBQ or they won't. They don't feel comfortable doing a DBQ. And I'll say this, it's different. Let's say you sign up for the VA healthcare for the very first time. This is the first time you're seeing this doctor. Having them do a DBQ is probably not going to happen. Versus if you've been seeing the VA healthcare, and you've been seeing a doctor for any sort of period of time on multiple occasions, I think they would be more inclined or feel more comfortable to write that DBQ or complete the DBQ. All right, John Mathers. Guys, I'm a little stuffed up, by the way. That's why I haven't really recorded any videos this week. I'm coming off a cold. I thought I was finished yesterday, but it kind of came back in my sinuses right now. So, all right, John Mathers says, hi, was in Desert Storm 90 to 93. What's up, old timer? All right. Excuse me. Went in with sinusitis, got out with sinusitis. Now you're taking meds from the VA for sinusitis and rhinitis. Do I need a diagnosis for the presumptive? Was noted on BP registry. So if you're taking medicine, you probably have the diagnosis. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get a current diagnosis, current meaning within the first year. But to be honest with you, you could easily submit the claim for sinusitis. It's going to be under the PACT Act, especially because you were in Desert Storm, and that's a pretty easy win. So go ahead, submit the claim. It says you've been taking medicine. Does the medicine work? If not, then you would actually get a sizable rating for that. I think it's like 30%, I believe, up to 50. But depending on the severity of your symptoms, you can absolutely do that. All right, Orange Remediation says VA contact. Oh, hold on, Orange. We have a donation, guys. Simplify, yeah. Joshua Dittman, thank you so much. I hope I was able to help you on your VA claims journey, man. Let me know. Keep me updated in the future as to what happens to your situation, all right? Thank you for that. Definitely appreciate that. Guys, all donations go right back to the channel, okay? It's really awesome to see veterans feeling inclined to donate. All this is free-based. If you go 10 years watching this channel and you never donate, you're going to get the same amount of help as if you would, okay? So I definitely appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. All right, Orange says, VA contacted me for CMP exam. No exact date yet. Okay, that's awesome. Orange, was that the VA themselves? Or was it QTC, VES, LHI? Let me know. I want to know which company it was. VES, as far as reputation goes, VES is, in my opinion, the best. QTC is pretty good, and then LHI has a bad reputation. Just generally speaking, okay, that's not fact-based at all, but just from talking to hundreds of veterans, that's kind of the feel that I get. All right, Kevin Trotter says, I'm 90% disabled. All right. Filed TDIU claim in January of this year. Had my CMP exam today. The examiner didn't ask me any questions about working. Is that normal? I'm not going to say it's not normal, okay? But that's vice versa. I'm assuming they ask you questions on your symptoms, and depending on the severity of your symptoms, that could correlate to you having gainful employment or not. Or they could be looking at, let's say you have a mental health disability at 70. If your mental health is preventing you work, it's actually preventing you from working, like you have severe PTSD, maybe you would get an increase on mental health, right? And so that could be the route. It just depends on what your evidence suggests. And that's really the main factor here. So anytime I answer a question, I'm answering it based off of the information you give me in the chat, okay? And without looking at your evidence, sometimes it's hard to answer. This is definitely a question that's hard to answer. But I would assume they're looking at the severity of your symptoms and seeing if your symptoms prevent you from holding gainful employment. All right, John Mathers, rated for tinnitus. Can I file secondary for my severe sleep apnea with CPAP? Sleep apnea to tinnitus is, I'm going to say difficult, okay? Really difficult. The reason being is tinnitus does not cause sleep apnea. When you look at PTSD does not cause, definitively, without a shadow of a doubt, does not cause sleep apnea, right? So tinnitus definitely doesn't. And you have this weird, now I'm not a medical doctor, okay? But I will say this. You have this weird relationship where tinnitus is probably keeping you up at night, probably causing insomnia, if anything else. And now you're trying to correlate ringing in your ears to sleep apnea, which you have to be asleep for. Like, to have sleep apnea, you have to be asleep, right? And so, John, I would question what your medical evidence suggests. Does your evidence for sleep apnea suggest it's caused by tinnitus? I'm going to go on a limb and say it probably doesn't. If so, disregard everything I'm saying, file for it, okay? But connecting tinnitus for sleep apnea to sleep apnea is going to be difficult, okay, for sure. I would be more interested in if you have symptoms of insomnia. That would be a better argument for tinnitus. Or if you have anxiety, right? If you can connect a mental health ailment to tinnitus and then connect sleep apnea to the mental health disability, like anxiety, that would be again, still difficult, not easy, but that would be a better route than sleep apnea to tinnitus, in my humble opinion. All right, Brock Loy. How hard is it to download or transfer civilian doctor records, diagnosis to VA medical records, and go big blue? That's what I'm talking about, boy. Big game tomorrow. Okay. Also reached out to Dr. Sharma. Hopefully I hear something back from him in a month. Hey, Brock. Okay. Lots to dig in. Lots to dig in here, okay? Let's start with the first one. How hard is it to download or transfer civilian doctor records? Hey, it's super simple, okay? I was actually helping Orange remediation recently, and he was able to get his civilian records. It's pretty easy. relatively speaking, okay? But generally, you want to reach out to the practice you saw, the doctor you saw, and say, hey, I'd like to request my civilian records. They're probably going to have them online. They'll send you a link that's password protected. You download the link, download the file, enter in the password, boom, you got your records. Private health, okay. If you were to compare how private healthcare works over here to how the VA works over here, it's going to be, private healthcare is going to blow them out of the water, okay? So their record keeping, your access to your records is much easier to get than it is through the VA. Now, although the VA does have the blue button report, not everything is in the blue button report, which blows my mind. That's one of my pet peeves about the VA, is how hard is it to get access to your own records. Why do I have to request a C file and wait 9 months to see my own records? Riddle me that, VA. Someone from the VA tell me why that is, because I don't think it's cool at all. I mean, it's government healthcare. That's what it is. All right, Joshua Dittman, thanks again, brother, for the donation. First CMP exam is scheduled 27 March. We'll keep you posted. Hey, that's in a few days, man. What time? Yep, that's in 9 days. Feel free to shoot me an email, Josh, and let me know what CMP exam you're going to. I can kind of shoot you the 38 CFR and just let you know, hey, here's how the VA rates these conditions, okay? If you're ever going, this is for everyone. If you're ever going to a CMP exam, the first thing you need to do is look up that disability in 38 CFR. You want to understand how the VA is going to rate that condition. It's going to talk about symptoms. It will help you understand your own symptoms, especially if you're dealing with like mental health. It's difficult for veterans to describe their own symptoms to a CMP examiner, especially in the moment, okay? Especially in the moment. All right, Josh Sullivan, my audiologist and ENT, ear, nose, throat, says that my TMJ ear pain seems to be from your migraines, possibly from Meniere's. Is that possible to file as a claim? Josh, do you have the Meniere's claim? Oh, yes, you do. So you were diagnosed with Meniere's. All right, scrolling up. Yeah, it could be for sure. Probably more so on the tinnitus side. I'm just guessing here. But this is a perfect example of medical evidence suggesting a secondary, right? So the tinnitus, the sleep apnea, if you can find evidence suggesting that, go for it. You probably can't, to be honest with you. But in this case, right, ENT says that my TMJ ear pain seems to be from your migraines, possibly from Meniere's. That is medical evidence from a doctor, a medical doctor, suggesting the nexus, the link, okay? And so, Josh Sullivan, go ahead and submit that. If you have those records specifically, you can kind of cut those records out, upload them with Quick Submit. Let me actually drop this in the chat. Quick Submit is a solid tool with the VA. You can just upload medical evidence. It's pretty cool. I will copy this and put it in the chat for you. Copy. Here we go. Paste it here. Bam. Access VA. Did that come as a link? It probably didn't come as a link. Okay. Google Quick Submit VA. It'll be the first link. It'll say Access VA Quick Submit. And then you can go ahead and upload your evidence there. All right. Kevin Trotter. Yep. Cool. Thanks. Hey, brother. Thanks. Fred Christie says, John, you could have vestibular migraines. Okay. Passion. Hey, love your channel. Passion. I love you. Thanks. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Orange Remediation, new company, Optum Serve. They're the old LHI. Yeah, Optum Serve. Okay. Nope. That's definitely cool, Orange. Be sure to, if they request you to fill out additional forms, fill everything out as if they don't understand anything in your claim, okay? never assume your C&P examiner understands your medical evidence, because they probably don't. Okay, think about it. They spend, generally speaking, a C&P examiner will see multiple veterans throughout the day, and dozens throughout the week. They probably, if you're a C&P examiner watching this, don't hit me in the face for this, but they're probably not at putting ample amount of time into reviewing your records. And so I always tell veterans to treat C&P examiners as if they don't understand anything in your medical records. If they do and they're hearing the same stuff over again, great, okay? But I would never assume that. All right, John Erickson. I completed my sleep apnea to my chronic sinusitis and or allergic rhinitis. Okay, John, that's awesome. Were you... Oh, you connected. Sorry, I said completed. Yeah. So sinusitis and rhinitis definitely is strongly correlated to sleep apnea, same as asthma. I assume you probably have asthma too. The cool thing about rhinitis and sinusitis is they're presumptives. So if you are a Gulf War veteran, meaning Desert Shield, Desert Storm in the 90s, OIF from 03 all the way to present day, OEF, OIR, Afghan, Syria, Somalia, basically dealing with violent extremist organizations. If you have any of those deployments, and you have rhinitis and sinusitis, those are presumptives, and then you could claim sleep apnea off of those presumptives. Okay, there's a lot of sleep apnea claims you'll find secondary to mental health. That's very common. But if you've been deployed to areas that have bad particles in the air that correlate to sleep apnea, that cause sinusitis and rhinitis, it definitely helps your claim. Okay. All right, AP. I'm trying to add my wife as a dependent for added benefits, but the online VA application won't let me go any further because she has no social. You could go the paper route, but I want to know why. I mean, you might have to wait for your wife to get a social, to be honest with you. I've never dealt with this. You could try the paper route, but I do believe the VA is going to need a social. I believe so. If you do the paper route, I would just go ahead and submit a copy of your marriage license with that. I don't know. Honestly, this is kind of, don't take this answer for gospel, right? But I would submit it paper route with your marriage cert, a copy of your marriage certificate, and in the meantime, once you have her social, then go ahead and redo it if you have to. All right. Can you list the link for 38 CFR for my notes? Vanessa, I'm going to do something better. Give me a second, okay? Because I've been thinking about doing this, and now I'm going to do it because of you, all right? I'm going to make myself smaller here, okay? I'm small. You're looking at a black screen. And I'm going to add a display capture. Let's see. Display capture. Let's just do the whole thing. Alright, so you guys should be seeing everything. Let me move it down so you can actually see my beautiful mug. Oh. Okay, whatever. I'll go here. Link to 38 CFR. I'm going to teach you guys how to fish right now. This is extremely important, okay? So I'm up here in my address bar. This is quick submit, by the way. I'm up here in my address bar. I want to make sure it's actually working before I proceed with this. Okay, it's definitely working. So let's say you want to look up lumbar strain, which is your lower back. All right, lumbar strain, 38 CFR, ECFR. That's important. Put in the ECFR. You're going to see all these lawyer links like CCK. They're not bad. They're just, don't go to those, okay? This link right here, ecfr.gov, that's one you want to use. If you see any of these like Cordell, you'll see this a lot. Skip that. Okay, skip these jokers here. Let's look at ECFR, the musculoskeletal system. Now, on the right side, you'll see how huge this part is. And so what you want to do is just Control F here, and you can look up back, for instance. Okay, and then everywhere it says back, you'll be able to see it. And basically at the bottom here, the schedule for the girdle and arm. Okay, you could search lumbar spine and see exactly how the VA rates the lumbar. Okay, and just go through all the 38 CFR, general rating for diseases and injuries of the spine, all these great things. Okay, it's definitely worth it. And just because I've been here a billion times, towards the bottom is where you'll actually see, so there's a foot and leg. You'll see the range of motions. There it is. Here's the rotation, so that's for the neck, okay? The upper spine. Here's the lower spine, so the flexion, rotation, lateral, all this stuff. And so ECFR is definitely the way to go when it comes to looking up how the VA rates your condition. All right, I'm going to make myself back to big. We're back in business. Look at that. Easy peasy. I will tell you this. OBS is free, but donations have been really good, guys. Seriously, donations have been awesome. I appreciate that. I'm probably going to go to a subscription service where I can actually have a good stream setup. I think like StreamYard would be one. I don't know. I'm not a tech guy at all. It's funny because I use my GI Bill to get a master's in cyberspace stuff, and yeah, it didn't resonate with me at all apparently because I can barely operate this stuff. Okay, but hopefully Vanessa, that answers your question. It's the ECFR. I can go ahead and post at least a part of it. So the link I'm going to put in the chat is going to be for the lumbar spine. But all you have to do is go to Google, type in your disability, and then type in 38 CFR ECFR, and make sure you click the ECFR link, and that's it. You use Control F to kind of navigate your way throughout there, and easy peasy. All right, Orange Remediation says, to our viewers, you will not regret using Dr. Sharma. I was blown away when I saw my Nexus and DBQ letters. Wow. Yeah, Orange, you're right. I will say this, Dr. Sharma, I think he was blown away with the responses, like the need for Nexus letters for mental health in our community because veterans have been denied has been insane, and the demand for Dr. Sharma's expertise has definitely risen past expectation, which is awesome. And Dr. Sharma will do his best to definitely get on top of that. So, yeah, that's awesome. We have another donation, guys. Josh Sullivan, thank you so much, man. Let me scroll down and make sure you... Yep, a lot of my... Okay, so I'll read what Josh Sullivan says, and I'll scroll back up. A lot of my illnesses are from a toxic exposure. My VSO at DVA says I would never be able to get service connected. She says I need to make claims with claiming toxic exposure. What do you think? Ooh, because that's talking about your TMJ ear pain. If you have toxic exposure, Josh, specifically from the PACT Act, from Gulf, I'm assuming you're Gulf War. If you're Vietnam era, please let me know. But they're easy wins. Okay, if you have a diagnosis and you meet the service criteria, you're going to be awarded. That's it. There's nothing more than that. The Nexus is already established with the PACT Act. That's what makes it easy. And so all you need is a current diagnosis. That's it. The in-service event's taken care of. The Nexus is taken care of. All you need is a diagnosis, and you have that. You have those claims. Okay, let's go back to where I was at. All right, passion. If I had difficulty from an emergency C-section and had complications due to the doctor and still having problems from it today, would that be difficult to claim? Would that be difficult to claim because I did have or I did because I have been to medical while I was in and after. Just trying to get your advice because I haven't been called to the VA exam yet. No, Passion. So I'll answer this and then I'll get to the other donation, dude. I am blown away by these donations. Thank you very much, guys. Passion. So what's a good way to put it? A problem that you have in the military is a military problem. Does that make sense? So, for instance, one of my friends broke their wrist when they were skateboarding, okay? But they were active duty then. And that wrist injury is service-connected, period. It is what it is. And so, since you have something, I don't know exactly what difficulty you're talking about, but the scar, the pain from the scar, especially if, military, healthcare, TRICARE is the cause of that, definitely submit the claim. The only thing I'm curious about is the actual diagnosis, right? A difficult C-section isn't anything, right? But a painful scar is something. Or if something was ruptured, honestly, C-sections are out of my league here. But if you have a diagnosis, it's from service, it sounds like, submit the claim. Okay. John Mather says, I hate VA Claims Insider. Brother, I'm there with you. If you have been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know my feelings on for-profit companies. Do I see the need in the market? I get it. I totally understand it. Okay? It just grinds my gears, dude. VA Claims Insider is one of them. Vet Guardian is another. And there are Nexus letter companies that have the same mentality. Okay? It's crazy to me when a medical doctor doesn't believe in their own opinion when they write a Nexus, but yet they're still going to charge you and say, yeah, this is weak, but we're going to do it anyways. It's like, come on, dude. And that goes the same thing with how many YouTube channels out there charge $100 for a boot camp or for a VA claims course, and it's like, dude, there's no secrets to this stuff. You need 3 things: in-service event, current diagnosis, and the Nexus. That's it. You do those 3 things, you get service connected. You don't, you won't. There's no secret to it, and it's definitely not worth $100. But John, thank you, brother, for the donation. I definitely appreciate it. And John, same to you. 2 Johns. John and John. All right, Johnny White, a 3rd John. Okay. Thanks for the answers via email. Trying to make up for a lot of years from 1996 4 years back. Yeah, Johnny White, thank you for reaching out, guys. My email is up top. I get through every single email, okay? And I'm telling you, I have a lot. I take a lot of time out of my day to answer emails. And not just that, I also do one-on-one meetings for free. All of this is donation-based, so everything I do is free. I've met with tons of veterans. I have veterans on the books now. That's why if you go to my calendar link, you're not going to see any slots because I've already have those booked up. But once I get through, probably next week, maybe into the week after, I'll put more time slots out there. So definitely pay attention. If you want a one-on-one meeting, send me an email. Randomly check my calendar invite link, and that's it. Okay, back to answering questions. Yeah, I'm a little under the weather today. Got a little stuffy nose. My throat kind of hurts. All right. Yeah, continue back, injury and service. Yeah, Johnny White, for sure. All right, B-Buck says, agreed, orange remediation, my DBQs and Nexus were awesome. Yeah, Dr. Sharma is awesome, okay? I had a veteran email me about the time slots for Dr. Sharma, how they were in April or almost in May at this point. And my response is this: hey, I will put Dr. Sharma up. He's the best. I genuinely say that. I'm not joking. I'll put him up with any psychiatrist out here when it comes to Nexus letters. And yeah, there's going to be a wait, but the wait doesn't really matter because you have your intent to file date, right? So if you know you're going to file a claim, whether that's a supplemental, a secondary claim, an initial claim, submit the intent to file. So let's say you're backdated to February. Now you have a whole year, okay, to submit that claim. Obviously, you don't want to wait to the last minute when you have the evidence submitted, but that's kind of the makeup for, having a wait. And that's the same thing, not just with Dr. Sharma, but with Del K. Graham as well. If you sign up with Del K. Graham, who is an accredited VSO, they're going to submit an intent to file for you. And so, you know what? It might take 10 weeks to be seen by Del K. Graham. They are backed up, okay, for sure. But they are hands down one of the best VSOs out there. They definitely specialize in fully developed claims. And again, your intent to file date is going to backdate whatever you're awarded. So you're good on that front. Okay, that was a lot. But yeah, thanks Orange, thanks B-Buck for that for sure. Stay tuned for a new video coming out at some point. I have a Nexus letter that's been redacted. I'm going to double check that everything's been redacted, and then I'll put it up to show you what a winning Nexus letter looks like. We'll go over the components of all that and all that jazz, okay? All right, Brock Loy says, also service connected for allergic rhinitis, chronic sinusitis, OIF veteran. Hey, what's up? Respect, brother. Right, and tinnitus, been diagnosed with sleep apnea. Curious if I could file to all of these versus just one. I'm assuming you're talking about filing sleep apnea secondary to one of these. Personally, I would do sinusitis. You can't really do all. It would be what your evidence suggests. So if your evidence suggests it's connected to sinusitis, go that route. If your evidence suggests it's rhinitis, go that route. Okay. It's not really a pick and choose what you want to connect it to. It's what does the evidence suggest. Now, just by reading that, just because I've been in the game for a minute, sleep apnea is pretty closely connected to sinusitis. I know you guys see that, dude. Paul, man, thank you so much, brother. I don't even know what to say. I really don't, okay? Thanks for everything you do. Paul, thank you. Dude, that blows me away. $50 donation. We've only seen a few of those, okay? You're definitely one of them. I think you're the fourth veteran that has donated $50. Man, it's insane to me, man, that some of you feel obligated to donate, and thank you. Seriously, I appreciate it. Everything goes back into the channel. I am, without a doubt, getting a new stream service now, because the donations have been awesome, okay? They've been great. I don't even know what to say. I will say this, when it comes to the stickers, I don't get to choose what YouTube puts up there, so I have no idea, if that's a cow doing a backflip in a chair and becoming a transformer. That wasn't me. But hey, brother, I appreciate it, and thank you so much, for real. Seriously, I'm speechless. Okay, Johnny White. I did get to 60 in 2019. After being out since 96, don't give up. Yeah, don't give up. And think about it, Johnny. Not to kind of beat a dead horse here, but that's a lot of benefits you missed out from 96 to 2019. Now, obviously, the knowledge of the VA from the 90s is not the same as it is today. It's still not good, but it's definitely improved. And so I'm glad you were awarded finally. Vanessa says, Clay, you're awesome. I owe you $1 million. Thank you, Vanessa. Hey, it sounds like you're a millionaire, okay? But thank you very much. Yeah, the 38 CFR, the eCFR link is the one you want to use. It's easy. It's decent. Okay. All right, John Mathers, Orange Remediation. Great to hear. Seeing him next month. All right, John. Yeah, John. Dude, I am so glad that you guys are actually tapping into Dr. Sharma. When we decided to do a stream, it was definitely a gamble. Both of us didn't really know what to expect, and it's turned out to be something that we never thought of. Okay, I definitely didn't think it was possible. I know he didn't think it was possible because he's probably feeling a little stressed out, right? He has this, now he's created this obligation to serve veterans. And if you know anything about Dr. Sharma, you know he puts full effort into every single medical opinion. And so he will be sure not to overbook himself just so he can put that attention to detail into your medical opinion. And that says a lot about his character. For real, it does. Okay? LG says, what's up? Hey, what's up, man? LG's a longtime fan of the show. My IDES process finally ended. I'll be officially medical retired in 1 May. LG, man, we've been talking about your Medboard for the last like 4 or 5 months now. I'm glad to see it's finally coming to an end. If you get your rating decision, feel free to let me know. And LG, if you reached out to that gentleman I connected you with, also let me know that too, okay? Was he helpful? And if so, that's definitely someone I would recommend other IDES process veterans to. He seemed like a good dude up front, but I want to know if you used him and what your thoughts are. I'm a huge fan of accountability, okay? That's why I want to know, hey, if I helped you, let me know. Seriously, let me know. If I did something wrong, let me know. I probably didn't, to be honest with you. Before I say anything, I really make sure I don't say anything stupid, but hey, you never know. Some things slip here and there. And same thing goes for Dr. Sharma, okay? If that letter was good, let me know. If the letter was bad, I really want to know, okay? Those are things I want to know. All right, J Love. What's up, J Love? I had a lumbar sprain in service, okay? I'm currently at 20% for my back. I was recently diagnosed with mild grade of 4 fracture. I file an increase. J Love, if your back has gotten worse, which that sounds like it has, especially your range of motion. So here, I'll kind of go to the side here. So if you being able to bend forward and bend backwards, side to side like this, and then rotation wise, if that has decreased and there's an increased amount of pain, definitely file for an increase. An increase is pretty straightforward. You can go on to va.gov and do it online. Make sure you click the increase button. Check the box for a lumbar sprain. Easy day. But yeah, if your range of motion has decreased, definitely submit the increase. Terrence Riggins, what is Dr. Sharma's specialty, and can you provide contact info? So, Dr. Sharma is a psychiatrist. He's a board-certified psychiatrist. I believe he teaches at Johns Hopkins, if I remember correctly. Based out of Baltimore, he does telehealth visits. And his email you'll find in the description of this live. So go to this description or any other video I have. You'll see his email under Concise Psych on my description. So Paul K, man, I love seeing that hot pink reddish color up at the top, dude. It's insane. It's insane to me. It's crazy. All right, LG. Still have a little fighting to do on the VA side because I was denied a few things, but I'm currently at a combined 92. 92? LG, definitely don't stop. Don't stop, man. And if you want to, I know you've emailed me before. Send me an email. Let me know what you're connected for. Let me know what you were denied for, the reasons for denial. That's what I really want to know. And then we'll see if we can get you that last 3%, okay? And I believe you got 8%. So whatever 3% of 8% is, okay? I think it's like 30, maybe 40. That's what we're going to be aiming for. All right. John Sullivan. Oh, yeah. We answered John Sullivan's question after the donation. John, dude, thank you so much again. APM 91. Musculoskeletal system claims are small and hard to win. They, generally speaking, APM, I would agree with you. Okay? Like a lumbar strain could be 10%, 20%. Those are relatively small. But a claim like lumbar strain can lead to radiculopathy, which could be 20% in each leg or 10% in each leg. Okay? And so it goes without saying, I always tell veterans to be properly rated. Okay? And so, although it is a musculoskeletal issue, like your wrist or your knees might be 10%, get those rated now, all right? Because you might be 25, you might be 30 years old with bad knees, but guess what? Those bad knees at 10% when you're 50, when you're 60. Talk to some of these old timers, okay? I meet with a lot of veterans, a lot of old timers, all right? No offense, old timers, but they will tell you that small knee pain they had when they left service turns into a serious issue, as you age. John Sullivan, 1980. A lot of my illnesses are from a toxic exposure. JV vet. Okay. When I asked you about the PACT Act stuff. Okay. Let me know. Feel free to send me an email, John. I definitely want to answer. I definitely want to do my due diligence, especially since you donated. Feel free to send me an email. Let me know what major deployments you've been on, what toxic exposures you've been exposed to, whether that's like asbestos, jet fuel, stuff like that. And then we can look at maybe going that route, okay? But your Menieres to your hearing, from your previous chat, I would file Menieres secondary to hearing loss. You have been diagnosed. Hearing loss is roped into that. Same with tinnitus. It's, in my opinion, it's an easy win. I would go that route. Okay, and in the meantime, we can have a backup plan. Holy baloney, guys! We have another $50 donation. Man, okay. Let me highlight this, and then I want to scroll down to see if anything was said. This is insane. Thank you so much, Manuel Morello. Clayton, thank you again for all of your guidance. Manuel Morello. Hey, thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate that. Manuel was, he contacted me in email. We've been going back and forth. Definitely helped him out. I want to know if I helped you out, guys. Thank you so much. That's huge to me. I am without a doubt getting another streaming service now. I have no excuse. Okay? So I will be getting another stream service. All that means to you is I'm still going to be on YouTube Live. I'm just going to, try and make things look more appealing, all right? But 8 p.m., yeah, they're just middlemen. Okay, yeah, 8 p.m. I definitely agree, yeah, because your musculoskeletal comment, yeah, for sure. Knees can cause lower back. Depending on how bad your back is, you can get radiculopathy. You can also have depression from lower back pain. Your back hurts so bad, you're missing out on family activities. You're not able to do this, you're not able to do that. You're not able to socialize, whatever the case may be. Now, depending on the severity of that, depression is another common secondary to lumbar strain. So, yeah, absolutely. Middlemen would be a good way. But I will say this, those 10% add up. Because you're at 92, 93%. Man, you'll take whatever you can get, All right. Big Dog in the Philippines. Dude, I love this name. All right. Does GERD fall in the presumptive list? GERD does not specifically, but it's closely connected to things that are presumptive. Assuming you don't have any cancers or stuff like that, there are gastro cancers. That obviously, if you have that, GERD's probably related to that. But yeah, GERD itself is not presumptive under the PACT Act, but it's closely connected to things that are. And so I would look at your sinusitis. I would look at your rhinitis. I would look at, not that it's presumptive in the PACT Act sense, but do you have anxiety? Severe anxiety causes GERD. Severe anxiety with deployments to Kuwait, Iraq, Afghan, Syria, Somalia, Qatar, Yemen, stuff like that. Those deployments and the other diagnosis definitely correlate to having GERD. So, oh yeah. Vanessa, to answer Passion's question, I had issues with my epidural and I had a scar. The VA gave me disability due to my birth delivery issues for my daughter. Hey, perfect. Okay. Both of you, congrats on giving birth. Okay. It's definitely huge. I just had a baby girl myself, my third kid, believe it or not. So congrats to you both. And yes, if you have a scar, especially if there was issues with the pregnancy and you have a diagnosis, you can absolutely claim it, right? A problem in service is a military problem. All right, Mike Lewis. I've been on disability retirement for 20 years. I was just awarded 50% for migraines. Can I still file for TDIU? Mike, I would need to know, to answer that, to give you a full answer, I would need to know what other disabilities you have and what you're rated at, total rating and individual ratings for different disabilities. And to be honest with you, looking at this comment, odds are you can probably rate 100% without going TDIU, but I would definitely have to ask you more questions on that. Feel free to give me an email, TheCivDiv@gmail.com. Send me one. Let me know your name, Mike Lewis, if it's not the same as your email account. Let me know everything your service connected for, everything you were denied, okay? And then what percentages of everything your service connected for. I definitely want to know that. All right, LG, currently fitting for flat feet. Think I can claim my ankle, knees, lower back pain, and radiculopathy secondary. Ooh, to flat feet? All of those might be, unless your evidence suggests it. I wouldn't say right off the bat. What I would do, LG, is get evidence where a doctor suggests your flat feet causes these problems. But it's not over yet. I'm assuming you put in a claim for lower back pain. That's very common. It's a very common VA claim. Let me know if you did and the reason for denial, because you might just want to combat that directly versus submitting a secondary claim. It depends on your evidence. Okay, Gerald Rogers, have a C&P exam tomorrow. All right. Sorry. Have a C&P exam tomorrow. Desert Storm vet. What exam will the doctor check for ICD, diabetes, anxiety, etc.? When you say ICD, what do you mean? Because there's multiple medical terms for ICD. I'm going to Google ICD medical condition. Implantable cardioverter defibrillator. Abnormal heartbeat. Okay, it's a heart condition. I think it's a heart condition. Let me know if I'm wrong. So you have a heart condition, diabetes, and anxiety. So Jared Rogers, one, you're fighting a time gap, I'm assuming, because that was in the early 90s. So that's an uphill battle, okay? There's a time gap there. I want to know if you're claiming this direct. I want to know if you're claiming it secondary. That would change the C&P exam up a little bit. But starting with anxiety, it's going to be a mental health exam, okay? Jared Rogers, I have a video. I'm actually going to link it in the chat for you. I have a video on mental health C&P exams. It's a solid video, okay? But generally speaking, you're going to have pre-service, during service, and after service. That's how it's going to be kind of sectioned out. But let me copy this link. I'm going to throw it in the chat for you. All right. That is the link for that video. But yeah, so it's going to be, they'll ask you questions on before service, during your service, what caused the anxiety, if there's any other mental health disability or diagnosis in there, all that would be roped in. Diabetes is pretty straightforward. You either got it or you don't, okay? And then depending on the severity of the symptoms of diabetes will determine your rating. And same thing with your heart condition, okay? You either got it or you don't. And then depending on the severity of symptoms for your heart condition, and that's what the C&P examiner is going to ask. They're going to ask you questions that determine the severity of your symptoms. Hey, how bad is this guy's diabetes, right? How bad is this heart condition? How does it affect your life? And so the best advice I can give you is, one, look up 38 CFR, okay? Watch my video on mental health. Look up 38 CFR. And then two, hold nothing back when it comes to answering these questions. Juan Rosado, another $20 donation. Brother, thank you so much, man. I appreciate, guys, all the donations. Absolutely blow me away. Thank you so much for it. Every time I see one, I'm speechless. Seriously. Okay, there it is. Thank you so much, Juan. I appreciate it, man. I hope I was able to help you, and I'm extremely thankful that you feel inclined to donate. All donations go back to the channel, and so I'm looking forward to the channel growing. Right? Jessica Brown, aid and attendance exam next week. Any advice? Doctor wrote up 5 secondary conditions due to leg injury. Yeah, Jessica. So they're gonna ask, how can you function day to day? Things like putting on your clothes, brushing your teeth, driving, working. Obviously, if you can't put your clothes on, you're not working, okay? But think of that. And then you want to be specific, saying, if you have a spouse, if you have a friend, if you're paying for a service, to help you be specific on what you can and can't do and why you can't do it. Yeah, so aid in attendance is a tricky one. But I will tell you this, if you rate aid in attendance, it will be very apparent to the examiner and to the VA, and that's a hefty SMC. So I hope you're awarded that SMC. Let me know how it goes. But my advice to you is definitely be descriptive when it comes to things you cannot do without help. Okay? Everything you can do. Don't hold anything back. Paul King, thanks for what you do. Hey, brother, thanks for the sticker again. I appreciate it. All right. Orange remediation. I'll be back. Just got emergency honeydew. Oh, yeah. Orange, it is what it is. That's fine. Orange said, we had a meeting the other day over Google Meet, and he made a funny spouse joke. So I definitely remember that, Orange, but I'll keep that to myself. Okay. Eli Riddle says, I had a hearing at the BVA in October 22. Okay. Was that a legacy appeal? Are you in the new appeals, whatever it's called? Let me know. All right. Waiting on a decision for depression. Recently diagnosed with sleep apnea with a sleep study and presented to CPAP. Should I wait to get a decision before filing secondary condition? If you're filing it secondary to your mental health disability, which is depression, yes, that's the answer, okay? If you're filing it secondary to something else like sinusitis or rhinitis, then no, okay? Don't let, oh my goodness, I must have missed Eli Riddle's donation of $2. Brother, thank you so much. I guess I missed it up in the top there. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, to answer your question, if it's secondary to depression, my advice would be to wait. You could put it in an intent to file, but you're at the Board of Appeals, man, so who knows when that's going to be decided, okay? But it sounds like it would be sometime soon. You had a hearing back in October. It's freaking March now, so hopefully you get a decision back on that. All right, LG says, during the IDES process, so IDES, for everyone that doesn't know, that's a medical board. And so LG went through a Medboard, and through the Medboard, you get a DOD rating, and you get a VA rating. And so he's talking about his VA rating. Migraine went from 10 to 30, okay. I recently had my supervisor do a memo with dates I've missed with work. Is it too soon to resubmit to get supplemental claim or new? No, so you're going to want to do a supplemental claim because you already have it and you're disagreeing with the increase that you got, okay? So do a supplemental claim. Now, in your case, you're on the Medboard, you do an increase, you're going to get back pay to when you get out of the military anyways, right? But technically speaking, that would be a supplemental. But in your case, you could do an increase. Doesn't matter. It's definitely not a new claim. It's either a supplemental or an increase. For everyone else that wouldn't be in a Medboard, it would be a supplemental. Dude, we have another donation. I can't keep up. Guys, thank you so much. Okay, thanks for all you do. And oh, cats. Hey, that's right, guys. So I call, March Madness started today. Kentucky's got a big game tomorrow. Brock Loy, thanks brother for the $20. I appreciate it. All donations go back into the channel. I am without a doubt getting a new stream service that's gonna be better. Okay, so look forward. I look forward to that. I appreciate the donations. I just don't know. I'm speechless every time it comes up. I really am. Thank you so much. I never thought this was possible, and I'm glad I'm able to actually help veterans. Okay, I've actually cut back. Here's the truth. I've cut back on posting YouTube videos because I'm spending more time helping veterans one-on-one. That probably hurts my channel, to be honest with you, but the need for one-on-one meetings has been insane. Okay, so if you want one, send me an email. We'll schedule a one-on-one meeting. I'm about it. Okay, and I will get back to posting videos. I have a few in the shoot already, so be on the lookout for those. All right. Maynard Morello says, Clayton, thank you again for all your guidance. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Love God says, hello. Hello, Love God. Thanks for coming to the stream. Let me scroll down to see if you said anything else. I want to make sure I answer what you said. Nope. Okay. Oh, Eli, I see you're in the legacy appeal. Yeah, so hopefully you get a decision soon. That would be the plan. But I would submit the intent to file now because it would at least be backdated, right? Okay. James Carroll, I filed everything myself, kind of blind, ended up getting 70% overall. That's pretty solid. Okay, 70% is a good rating. Feel like I should have gotten more for my TBI claim. They lumped it with depression and only gave 10% for it. Maybe. Okay, it's very common to see mental health claims be lumped together. The only one, or not the only one, but one that can branch out is TBI. So depending on your symptoms and the severity of your symptoms, if the VA can differentiate your TBI symptoms apart from your mental health symptoms like depression, then you'll get two different ratings. In most cases, they're the same, okay? But there's definitely cases where they are separate as well. So if that's you, you could do that. But just remember, for TBI, those symptoms get worse. TBI symptoms can get worse, okay? And so you may have new symptoms that have came up, or your current symptoms or the symptoms you had back whenever you filed could have gotten worse. So you can file an increase. You said you only have 10% for that. And so, James, look up my mental health video. It goes over the CFR for mental health. And if you believe you rate a higher criteria, like 30%, 50%, or 70%, definitely submit the increase. Okay, it's no, the service connection is the hard part. You already have that. And so if you think you rate a higher rating according to the 38 CFR, don't just say, yeah, I rate a higher rating. Okay, look at the 38 CFR, look at the symptoms. If you fall in those categories, submit the increase. Okay, actually, you know what? We got time right now. I'm gonna make my screen small again. Oh no. I'm gonna make my screen small again, and I will do it for you because this is the most. Listen, everything I say on this stream tonight, this is the most important thing I can show you. Okay, I'm gonna share my entire screen with you. You guys can see my chat. There's my YouTube. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let me make sure that this is actually working. Yep, it's working. Okay. We're going to Google mental health 38 CFR eCFR. That's important. Okay. You're going to look for the ecfr.gov link. Click this. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, this one's pretty short. Okay. Nope. Let's go here. Let's use this one. There we go. This is what we want. Okay, so I know it's going to be this column here, but if you didn't know where it was at, you would just do mental, okay? You could look up depression, whatever it is you wanted to look up. In this case, we'll be generic and do mental. You hit next. You wait until you find, here we go, general rating formula for disorders. You are rated at 10%, which is this category right here. And so if you feel like you rate in this category, which is 30%, submit the increase. If you feel like you rate this category, which is 50%, submit the increase. You get the point, right? And here's this category with all these symptoms, okay? And so panic or depression affecting the ability to function independently. If you fall in that category or any of the others, submit the increase, okay? And before your C&P exam, read this. It tells you what your symptoms should be, okay? And if it's difficult for you to understand your symptoms, to get a grasp on how to articulate your symptoms to a C&P examiner, the 38 CFR can help you out. All right, that's that. I will, put this back where it needs to go. I'll make my. Whoa, hold on. I'm not a tech guy at all, people. I promise. I'm kind of just winging this thing. Okay, I think I should be back big now. Let me check on that. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, we're good. Everything's good. Yeah, look at that, dude. I'm so smart. Okay. But James Carell, that is how you kind of navigate the 38 CFR. Okay, and you can do that with any disability. All right, Joseph Battiest. Do you have an idea how long appeals monitor in the MDA takes to get a decision? Man, Joseph, there's not a single person on this planet, not even an accredited lawyer, that could give you a rough estimate on that. Definitely not correct, okay? I don't, man. There's no answer. No one can give you that answer. I'm sorry. That sucks. But that's the appeals process, okay? Sensei Panda, is spinal stenosis rated? If you have a disability and it's connected to service, you can get it rated. We'll look up spinal stenosis VA disability rating. And yes, it is on Google. Okay. On Google, you can just simply Google spinal stenosis VA disability rating. You'll see that it has a rating of 100%. Okay. And so if that's service connected, claim it. And this goes for everything. If you have a diagnosis that is service connected, or you believe it's service connected, submit the claim. Let the VA figure out what code it falls into. They'll look at the 38 CFR. They'll do all the code stuff, okay? Just go ahead and submit that. What time is it right now? It's 8:15. My wife just came down here and gave me the look, okay? So I'll answer a few more questions. We'll end this at 8:30, and then we'll wrap it up, okay? All right, Virgil. Hey, Virgil, if you have neuropathy in your leg and you have bone on bone, can you connect the two? Virgil, if your neuropathy causes, if your bone on bone condition causes neuropathy, absolutely. Okay, that's something that could be found in an X-ray. If your condition is pinching your nerves, you'd be able to find that. You can talk to your physician, ask them about your neuropathy, and if it is connected, if they say it's connected or due to whatever you have, which in your case I believe it would be, then you can submit the claim. All right, Juan Risotto. Hey, brother, thank you for donating. I definitely appreciate it. What's up, Clayton? I'm rated for complex regional pain syndrome. Okay. My arm at 10%. Went to ortho and have a labral tear on rotator cuff. Can I claim this as if I'm the same arm? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Okay. Especially those two probably make your symptoms more severe. And so even if it's roped under the same pyramid, in your case, I would claim it because the VA is going to take whichever one's higher. Okay. But yes, to give you a short answer, absolutely. Zeb, good evening. IBS presumptive for Gulf War veterans. I believe that's a question. So to be specific here, IBS is not presumptive, but there's gastrointestinal cancers, whatever that word is, okay? Gastro issues are a part of that cancer presumptive list. And so it depends on your evidence, okay? John Erickson, 40% right hand, 30% left arm, 20% diabetes. Okay, awesome. I'm sure you... Oh, I must have missed it. Okay. Can numbness in hands be from diabetic SMC claim? Yes, diabetes, there is... I don't know about the hands. I'm not really... There is diabetic neuropathy or something like that. Okay, I'm not a doctor, but that's definitely something. I would look into that more, and if you fall into that category, definitely feel free to send me an email. I'm about to wrap up the live here soon, but that's definitely gonna have some research. Jessica Brown, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Andre Appleby, can you please talk about the 1 year window after getting out finally came? Yeah, there's 3 time frames to file your claim. One's the BDD, that's when you're active duty. The second one is within that 1 year time frame. The third one is after the 1 year time frame. And so, Andre, for you specifically, in that 1 year phase, that is what I call the golden era to submit claims, okay? It's difficult for the VA to argue if you get a new diagnosis, for instance, your back pain, okay? This did not just happen to me. Guys, give me like 5 minutes. Actually, give me like 2 minutes. I'm going to change this, and then we'll end the stream at 8:30. I'm going to answer everyone's question. Hold on. This is insane. While I'm at it, guys, if you can hear me, I'm probably going to buy a dang plug-in battery for this camera so I don't have to deal with this stuff. Okay, that's embarrassing. Everything looked good. Should look good. Okay, Andre, the 1 year time frame. There are presumptives within the 1 year, like tinnitus is one of them. Asthma has some presumptive aspects to it outside of the PACT Act. But it's hard for the VA to argue this new diagnosis didn't come from service. Now, depending on what that is, I have a video, Andre, that explains that further. I'm going to link that because I am going to end the stream here in a few minutes. But this video will cover exactly what you're looking for because I claimed my lower back with absolutely zero evidence. I had nothing, okay? I had zero medical evidence. I had no plans of getting medical evidence. I kind of just was winging it. That was before I knew what I was doing with VA disability. But check this video out, man, and it goes over the 1 year time frame, okay? There's advantages to the 1 year time frame. So definitely, if you're in the 1 year time frame, whatever claims you're going to submit, do it now, okay? Lee Garrell, Brother Clay at 70% VA rated mental health. Can you apply for TDIU? Yes, you can, okay? Lee Garrell, you can absolutely apply for TDIU. I would look, if your mental health is keeping you from holding gainful employment, you might even be entitled to an increase. So 100% off of mental health by itself. Just depends on your situation, okay? But to answer your question, yes, you can. All right, Monty, I keep telling all my doctors I have back issues, and I kept getting told I'm too young. MRI stated I have bilateral facet disease along with my strain, and now I'm getting sharp pain in my toes. Trying to get to DDD, degenerative disc disease, I believe that's called. Lumbar strain and sciatica, starting off with insomnia. Yeah, Monty, hey, if you're young, okay, you have the evidence for that. I'm assuming, because you said your MRI stated you have all this stuff. You have the evidence, submit the claim. Okay. I'm also assuming you got out of service recently. All right. There's some other, there's the Nexus is what's in question right now. You have the diagnosis. And so what is your in-service event? What's your medical records look like from service? And that will definitely feed into the Nexus, right? So that's really what I'm going through in my mind right now. But I'm assuming because you're young, you probably have that stuff. And so, yeah. Joe Cochran from Northern Michigan. Joe Cochran, was I in the Marine Corps with you? I was in 3-9. Let me know. I was in 3-9, weapons company, mortars. Let me know if you're the Cochran that I know. You were a senior. I was a boot then. Okay. All right. Clar Wash. What time is it, guys? 8:20. Few more minutes. I was trying to answer as many as I can. Oh, we have another donation from Rigoberto. It says you are amazing. Hey, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, how does that 1 year window work in my favor for an increase? Andre, let me know. The 1 year window is after you leave the military. And so if your symptom has gotten worse, you'll be backdated anyways. And so for increases, if your symptoms have gotten worse and you meet the higher criteria, submit the increase. Okay. Brock Loy, I really feel my sleep apnea is a combo of all my conditions. Hard to pick just one. Wish you could file declaring secondary to multiple. The evidence would suggest that, okay, but the actual filing piece would only be one. But medical doctors aren't stupid, okay? So if your evidence suggests that all of these things are correlating to sleep apnea, they will go ahead and include that in their Nexus statement, their opinion. So don't really sweat. That's a nuanced thing versus something that actually matters, right? So I wouldn't sweat that at all. Jimmy Williams, I sent your information to my VA primary doctor today. He's a U.S. Navy vet. Like many of us, doesn't feel he has anything to claim. He did admit for not knowing the process. He's very young. Okay, no, Jimmy, that's awesome. I think it is weird that he's a primary doctor and feels like he doesn't have anything to claim. But you know, I've met more veterans that feel like they shouldn't submit claims because they are relatively healthy. Okay, which I get it. I understand where they're coming from. But again, that slight knee pain you have when you're 25, talk to these old timers, man. By the time you're 50, 60, 70, that small knee pain is it could turn into something worse, okay? And so better to be rated than not rated. Even if it's a 10-20% rating, okay? Juan Risotto, brother, again, thank you. Oh, Reuven, thank you for all you do. I'm grateful for your help. Reuven, thank you, brother, okay? Good luck to you on your claims. Reuven just filed his claims. I wish you the best. Keep me updated, Reuven. Don't forget about me, okay? I want to know if I was able to help you once you get your decisions back. Let me know how that goes. I think you're gonna be good. All right. John Erickson, 40% peripheral neuropathy, right up extremely dominant. Can you get SMCK for this? SMCK is erectile dysfunction, I believe. If your neuropathy is causing ED, yes. If you're taking medicine that causes ED, yes. Okay. And it would be pretty clear if neuropathy is causing your ED or not. USMC Big B, thanks for all you do, brother. Only got a few minutes before I got to drop a prayer meeting I host on Telegram. Just want to say thank you. Hey, USMC Big B, thanks for dropping by. And yeah, awesome. Thank you. The Crypto Dawn. What time is it? 8:25. All right, guys, I got to wrap up soon. All right, I filed migraine secondary to tinnitus in October 22. VES sent me a letter that I didn't have to do a CMP exam. I sent a DBQ migraine log in Nexus. How long is the process time? Brother, ain't a single person in this world that can give you an accurate answer. No one knows how long it's going to take. Since you did submit a fully developed claim, it's generally faster than normal claims, okay? If I had to give you a guess to answer your question, I'd say start to finish, 120 days. All right, LG, bro, I'll definitely send the denial info to you, and thank you. Yep, thank you for sure. I will tell others. Yeah, definitely. Hey, guys, like the stream, share the stream, like my videos. That's most important. YouTube algorithm works by veterans that like my videos. click the like button. Every single like helps. That's the only way my videos get out there, okay? I'm trying to help as many as I can. Rigoberto Vilade, I know I jacked your name up. I apologize. Thanks for your videos. Very helpful. We'll email you later to pick your brain. Yeah, send me an email, guys and gals. Daryl Ellis says, was in a car accident in 86 and broke my arm. Had problems with my lower back, but I didn't go to sick bay. Can I file a claim for my back? This will be the last question, and then I'll go. Your issue, Daryl, is going to be continuous and chronic, right? And so what does your evidence suggest from 86 up to now? And are you wanting to claim lower back to your arm condition? That might be a little difficult depending on if there's any nerve damage. That might help your case. I definitely have some questions on that. But if you want to claim your lower back directly to service, you're definitely fighting a time gap. That's not good. Not impossible, just not good. And you're probably going to need to see a physician to get a Nexus letter in person. Do not do a Nexus letter or DBQ from a physician that's not in person. Okay? You heard it here first. But, hey, guys and gals, veterans, thank you so much for asking questions on the stream. I hope I got to everyone's questions. Thank you for donating. I'm eternally grateful for that. All donations go back into the channel. Stay tuned for more lives. I'm trying to reach out for more guests. Also, Dr. Sharma will be coming back to the live at some point. So stay tuned for that. That was a huge stream. And stay tuned and I'll be in touch. Have a good night.